Start off with that. And then we'll actually run this strategy and we'll see how this thing does over the next week. I'm interested to see, because I was hoping, if this thing had bought Robinhood last week, it would be up like crazy. Like honestly, my Robinhood options that I owned, and they're actually longer dated, because I buy these things manually, right? So I've been buying Robinhood options that expire like a month, actually not even a month out, like 2 months out is I'll buy them, because it's harder when you trade this manually. It's harder to do that. So I tend to miss expiration dates and things like that. So I like buying them, 2-3 months out, because I'll forget. And for those of you that don't trade options, if you're holding call options, they really lose a lot of value getting about a week closer to, like, when it's about a week to expiration. That's when like the value just drops like a rock, right? So you really want to sell these things a week before expiration, right? At least, usually, or else you're going to get burned by the time value of money. But I buy these things longer dated because I'm trading them manually. It's harder to kind of hit that, right? But with a bot, what we could do is we could actually buy them 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, and still sell them a week before. And what that does is it allows them to move a lot more. So if you bought, so again, for those of you that are not options traders, let's say we bought options on Robinhood, right? If I bought at the money options, okay, which means the strike price for the option is, let's say, $200, and Robinhood is trading at $200 right now. I'm buying it at the money, right? If I were to buy something that is expiring a year out, it's going to move a lot slower than something that expires a month out, which is going to move a lot slower than something that expires a week or two out. So if we had this strategy running and it owned Robinhood, it tends to buy things 3 or 4 weeks out, when I tend to buy things 2 or 3 months out. I think it would have easily doubled or tripled in a single day. We would have had one hell of a return for this strategy. So I'm a little annoyed that it didn't actually do that purchase, because if it had owned Robinhood, I mean, I'd be a very happy camper right now. Mind, just a small account. This is a $5,000 account. I trade with a lot more money than this. I like running small accounts for a bunch of different strategies. That's my philosophy, is diversify. You know, Run a bunch of $5,000 accounts, as opposed to run one account with 100K and see what happens there. I'd rather run a bunch of smaller ones and with a bunch of different bots. That's my philosophy. But this one, 5K, I think it would have been at 6, 7, 8K within a week if we had owned those Robinhood calls. So that would have been really fun to watch. Okay, here's the back test going. If you guys haven't noticed, we have a brand new feature on the website. This is something that we added about a week ago, or actually over the weekend. While it's back testing, you can actually watch the graph develop, right? So it started off with 100 grand. It's now 40% through. And it's already $130,000. So far, this strategy is looking like it's doing pretty well. We'll see if we hit that same back testing result as before. I'll let that go. And then here is your strategy, Alan. I know you asked for a strategy, the SPY1 DTE momentum options. Let's see what it created. This is a momentum strategy that trades SPY options using a 20-day moving average, 20-minute moving average on SPY underlying. When the price trends above the moving average, the bot targets in the money call options with 1 day to expiry. And when the price trends below it, targets in the money put options with 1 day expiry. I don't know if that's what you want. Do you want to buy both puts and calls? Right? This is doing both, right? The approach aims to capture short bursts of intraday momentum while keeping the exposure tight. In my experience, put options are a lot harder to make money on than call options. That's why I'm wondering whether you would want that as well, Alan, or whether you'd want it to just be call options only.